What is up? It's none like Joshua, and let's just get right to it. I'm feeling a bit under the weather today, but it's important that I announce that I am going on tour next year. Because tonight is New Year's. Tonight is actually New Year's. So next year, in March of 2018, I will be going on tour with Merrow. We are starting from Portland on March 4th, going down to Cali, across the west, then down south, then up the east coast till April 1st. You can check back for more at megaran.com/shows or nonelikejoshua.com/shows, or subscribe to my events on Facebook where you can be updated if a show does come in your city. I am super excited. It'll be my first American tour. A huge thanks to Megaran for bringing me out for this. And be sure to RSVP on Facebook so we know that you're coming. Now that the important stuff is out of the way, let's get to what I feel is the cringe fest of my creations, and that is my yearly vlog, where I can finally talk to you about how I feel and share my thoughts in my own little space. And so let's start with the top questions from every one of my social media sites. Starting off on YouTube, Jeffrey03 asks, what inspired you to start rapping? When I was 9 years old, I got into drums. I played all throughout high school, played in a bunch of bands, metal bands, jazz bands, you name it. When I got to auditioning for music schools in college, I was rejected by just about every single one of them. So I guess I wasn't like that good, but I would, practice my ass off and put different styles in and stuff like that. I was a very experimental drummer, so maybe I was just like too edgy for these music schools, man. I was just too out of the box. Eventually, I got into the music business school at Loyola University of New Orleans, where I studied music business, and got into songwriting. I was writing really cringy emo acoustic songs because, I wanted to get an A in this class, and that's kind of what they wanted. Something more songwriting, folky, whatever. But I tried my hand in rapping too. It was my girlfriend's roommate at the time who introduced me to Buck65, a famous Canadian rapper, and I was like, whoa, this is exactly the kind of music I would like to make. I started writing random stuff about like love and ninjas and political stuff and conspiracy theories, and you can hear a lot of this on my first rap album called Maniac Devices. And I would also just randomly rap on my favorite electronic beats that were like really big at the time and stuff like that, Emancipator, different trip hop stuff. And one of my fans asked me to try dubstep. They're like, oh, have you ever heard dubstep? So I started rapping over dubstep randomly, and I really liked it. I was a really big fan of it, and I was into it before the wave, man, before it got really big here in like 2012. And then I found the Zelda dubstep remix, made a rap for it, and it just took off ever since then. It was just kind of a happy accident, really. I had always just kind of been into music and didn't really know what to do with it, and found that rapping was my passion. I still play drums, I still play guitar, I still play a bunch of instruments and stuff like that. On Facebook, Jesse von Wilgenberg asks, what song holds meaning for you above all others? What do you feel is your most meaningful song? P.S. Loved your work for years. Keep up the awesome. Danke, Jesse. I would really have to say my last EP that I put out, the Feelings EP. I really feel that I put a lot of feeling into my Feelings EP, and I tried to make it the most meaningful that I could. It was a real life situation. It was very personal, deep feelings of mine on a relationship I had. So I would definitely say that one's probably my most meaningful. On Twitter, Revin or Threven asks, would you be interested to DJ at our wedding this August 3rd, 2018? Wow. People really want to know if I'm willing to do that. Probably because they want to see if I would DJ at their wedding. I would say that if my music is kind of related to the theme of your wedding, nerdcore or whatever, yeah, that'll be cool. I would love expenses paid depending on where it is. But I have definitely played some shows that was for the wrong crowd. Let's just make sure that this is a wedding that won't cringe at what they're hearing. Slide in my DMs. And then finally on Instagram, the top question comes from Snuggle Ninja, aka my girlfriend, who asked, does the carpet match the drapes? That's kind of a rhetorical question because you would know. It's basically the same as you see on my head. I kind of trim the sides, and then I leave like a patch in the middle, long, and then I dye it blue. It's always blue. All of it is blue. It's just blue. All because of you. But anyways, now that we got top questions out of the way, let's recap 2017, the year of my PS4, and probably one of the best years of my life. At the beginning of the year, I released my last self-directed music videos for Tokyo Ghoul and Bioshock. It was such time-consuming work for such little reward. I decided those would be my last original kind of music videos and just go for the simplest answer of a microphone in a room. In February, I got to play at Anime Land Wasabi in Denver, Colorado. Shoutouts to Siren for hooking it up. I played for 2 hours straight because no one said I couldn't. And I met a sax player there, and we jammed on Careless Whisper. In the same month, I got to check out the Playthrough Gaming Convention in Raleigh, North Carolina. I was invited out there to just come check it out. I finally got to play Overwatch there, and I opened my League of Legends account, and it turns out I suck at LOL. I suck at LOLing. If you want to add me, the real NLJ on League of Legends. Then, in March, I got to play at the Triad Anime Convention in Greensboro, North Carolina. My girlfriend even got to come up for that, so that was awesome. And I also got introduced to Munchkin, the game, with my good friend Arthur and Medic, who also showed up there after the convention. Then, in April, I got to play at Nashicon in Columbia, South Carolina, which I will be at again this year with Megaran, so look out for that if you're around Columbia, South Carolina. One of the best conventions I ever played for. Shoutouts to Noah as well for hitting me up. And I also got to do a karaoke of Lose Yourself that night, even though I barely had any voice left. Then in that same month, I got to play at the East Coast Gaming Conference in Raleigh, North Carolina, and I also got to hang with Arthur and Medic as well, and we played my first VR games. Then in May, I got to attend the Carolina Rebellion Metal Festival. Not really pertaining to me, it was just a big event in my life because it was such an awesome event for my sister's birthday. Definitely goes in the memory bank because it was one of Chris Cornell's last concerts. It was like the second or third to last concert he played, so just a big event in terms of life. Then later on in May, I released my first metal album with Smash It Combo. We released Leet. We got #1 metal album in France on iTunes. We got featured in tons of Spotify playlists. We got on Pandora. So I could not be happier with our first release, and we are already working on our next album. Oh my goodness. At the end of May, I got to play my first show with Smash It Combo in Paris. First time even playing in Paris too. And I remember that venue had absolutely no air conditioning in the middle of summer. I could taste the French sweat in my mouth. You could see it floating in the air. Please, French people, get air conditioning in the summer. And then in June, I got to play at the Terminus Gaming and Film Festival in Atlanta. That's pretty much all I will say about that. It was kind of a crash and burn for me, but I still enjoyed meeting all the people. I just now know that when you see film festival, I should be very, very careful with my music. In July, I got to go to the Vans Warped Tour, second to last one apparently, with my girlfriend in Florida, so that was amazing. Another kind of memory bank thing. We got to see Hawthorne Heights. Hey there. And I had also hit 150,000 subscribers right after my birthday, so that was just a nice little treat. Nice little belated birthday treat, so thank you guys for that. Then in August, I got to play in Albany, Georgia, all the way in southern Georgia, and that was actually one of the best shows I had played. Then I also released my first original EP, Feelings, that I had just talked about. First original EP in like over 2 years. So to all the people who have wondered or asked me about making songs about love, go check that out. It's there just for you. It's a whole EP about love. Then my Game of Thrones rap with Dan Bull got featured in a video by Vanity Fair where they had him react to different Game of Thrones raps. It was so random. I did not expect that to be there. Dan tweeted it at me. He was like, check this out, dude. Then I went on my first tour ever in Quebec, Canada with Smash It Combo, and we killed it. Every single night. There was a mosh pit every single night. Quebecois, you guys are amazing. Slam Disc, the promoters were incredible. Supporting bands were amazing. And I got my Zelda tattoo. Boom. And I also did my first FM radio performance ever. It was Smash It Combo on NLJ&x in Quebec City. And fun fact, we took shots of whiskey like right before we had to perform and right afterwards. Then in September, I got to play the opening ceremony for Anime Week in Atlanta and performed there on the main stage with Sky Blue. We killed it. It was absolutely fun. I met Voya, the DJ there. We exchanged CDs, and I bought my most expensive art, which is right behind me. You've seen in some of my videos. Then, of course, in October, the infamous Evil Morty rap is released. The only reason I feel it took off was because it was shared by Jessica Negri. So that gave me a huge boost to my career. Many new fans came this way and discovered my music because of her. So I am forever indebted to that booty. Thank you, Jessica Negri. Then by the end of October, I got to play for the WasabiCon after party in Jacksonville, Florida. Thank you guys for having me out. Then in November, I did a mini little Euro tour with Smash It Combo around France and Belgium. I got to try this like sugary wine with this Celtic band that opened up for us in Belgium, and they played like Game of Thrones theme on bagpipes, so that was kind of cool. I nearly broke my back trying to crowd surf and rap at the same time, and we shot 2 music videos for the album. One of which was for The Prayer, which has already been released, and the next one is a big secret. The next one's a secret. Then just before Christmas, we hit 200,000 subscribers. 200,000 subscribers. Thank you so much for that early Christmas present. You guys are awesome for sharing my music and everything. You guys are amazing. So yeah, that was pretty much my 2017. Quite a huge adventure, and I'm sure 2018 will be more epic, even more epic with the Mega Ran tour. We're in talks with a UK tour with Smash It Combo, a Russia tour, perhaps, for all my Russians, spasiba, and perhaps some more Rick and Morty and Naruto raps. Who knows? Thank you all so much for all the support this year. You guys are amazing, and thank you for sharing my music. I really, really appreciate that. You guys are the reason that I am able to do all of this, that I don't have a real job, that I can just focus on music and entertain you guys. So I'm hoping that 2018 will be even better than one of the best years of my life. So sure to follow me on all my social medias to keep up to date. So thank you very much, and have a great day. I can't reach.